Welcome to Soft Spot, where deadly war machines come to life. Tanks, fighter jets, warships, real combat footage and classified secrets from the world's most devastating weapons. Hit like and subscribe. This is Soft Spot. Across the burning sands of Iraq, through the treacherous mountains of Afghanistan, and in countless training grounds around the world, the M1A2 SEP V2 Abrams has carved its name into military history with the roar of its turbine engine and the thunder of its main gun. This 70-ton behemoth represents the pinnacle of American armored warfare. But like all weapons of war, it carries both devastating strengths and critical vulnerabilities that have shaped its combat legacy. The Battle of 73 Easting during the Gulf War marked the Abrams tank's baptism by fire, where earlier variants of the M1 family faced the vaunted Soviet T-72 tanks of the Iraqi Republican Guard. In the swirling sandstorm that reduced visibility to mere yards, the Abrams thermal imaging systems proved their worth beyond measure. While enemy tanks fired blindly into the storm, American gunners could clearly see their targets through the advanced FLIR systems, picking off Iraqi armor with methodical precision. The battle lasted less than an hour, but it established the Abrams' reputation as a tank killer without equal. The M1A2 SEP V2's greatest strength lies in its fire control system, a technological marvel that transforms even average gunners into precision marksmen. The tank's ballistic computer automatically calculates range, wind speed, ammunition type, and target movement, providing firing solutions with deadly accuracy. During the 2003 invasion of Iraq, Abrams tanks regularly engaged enemy positions at ranges exceeding 3 kilometers, far beyond the effective range of most opposing weapons. The 120mm M256 smoothbore cannon, firing depleted uranium penetrators, could punch through any known armor at these distances, often destroying enemy tanks before they even knew they were under attack. However, this technological superiority comes with a critical weakness that has plagued the Abrams throughout its service life: fuel consumption. The AGT-1500 gas turbine engine, while providing exceptional power and acceleration, consumes fuel at an alarming rate. In combat conditions, an Abrams tank can burn through 300 gallons of fuel per day, requiring constant resupply missions that expose vulnerable fuel trucks to enemy attack. During the initial push into Iraq, entire armored formations had to halt their advance to wait for fuel convoys, giving enemy forces time to reposition and prepare defenses. The tank's armor. Protection represents perhaps its most formidable asset. The composite armor array, incorporating layers of steel, ceramics, and depleted uranium, has proven virtually impenetrable to conventional anti-tank weapons. During urban combat in Fallujah, Abrams tanks repeatedly survived direct hits from rocket-propelled grenades, improvised explosive devices, and even anti-tank missiles. The crew compartment's design, with ammunition stored in blast-proof compartments and blowout panels, ensures that even catastrophic hits rarely result in crew casualties. Yet this impressive protection comes with a significant drawback: weight. At nearly 70 tons, the M1A2 SEP V2 is too heavy for many bridges and soft terrain. During operations in Iraq, several Abrams tanks became stuck in urban areas where the streets couldn't support their weight, requiring heavy recovery vehicles and exposing them to enemy fire. The tank's ground pressure, while distributed across its tracks, still limits its mobility in swampy or soft terrain, where lighter vehicles can operate freely. The Battle of Haifa Street in Baghdad showcased both the tank's urban warfare capabilities and its limitations. Abrams tanks provided crucial fire support for infantry operations, using their thermal sights to identify insurgents in buildings and their main guns to demolish enemy strongpoints. The tank's ability to survive in the urban environment while delivering precise firepower proved invaluable. However, the confined spaces of city streets also revealed vulnerabilities, as insurgents learned to attack the tank's weaker rear armor and use improvised explosive devices specifically designed to defeat heavy armor. One of the most significant tactical advantages of the M1A2 SEP V2 is its hunter-killer capability. While the gunner engages one target, the commander can independently search for and designate additional threats using his thermal viewer. This system multiplies the tank's effectiveness, allowing it to engage multiple targets in rapid succession. During the 2003 Thunder Run operations in Baghdad, individual Abrams tanks would destroy several enemy vehicles within minutes, overwhelming Iraqi defenders who couldn't match this rate of accurate fire. The tank's electronic warfare suite represents another crucial strength. Advanced jamming systems can disrupt enemy communications and remote-controlled improvised explosive devices, while secure communications keep the tank connected to friendly forces. The Blue Force tracker system prevents fratricide incidents by displaying friendly unit positions in real time, a critical capability in the chaotic environment of modern warfare. However, the M1A2 SEP V2's reliance on advanced electronics also creates vulnerabilities. Electromagnetic pulse weapons or sophisticated jamming systems can potentially disable the tank's fire control systems, reducing it to a less effective platform. The complexity of these systems also requires extensive training and specialized maintenance, limiting the tank's deployment to highly trained crews and well-equipped maintenance units. In asymmetric warfare environments, the Abrams has faced new challenges that traditional tank design never anticipated. Improvised explosive devices buried in roads can damage or destroy the tank's tracks, immobilizing these expensive assets. Explosively formed penetrators, sophisticated roadside bombs developed by insurgent groups, can penetrate even the Abrams' advanced armor when properly positioned. These weapons have forced tactical changes, requiring Abrams units to vary their routes and employ extensive route clearance operations. The psychological impact of the M1A2 SEP V2 cannot be understated. As one of its greatest strengths, the mere presence of Abrams tanks on the battlefield often causes enemy forces to retreat without engaging. The tank's reputation, built through decades of combat success, precedes it into battle. Enemy anti-tank teams know that engaging an Abrams typically results in their own destruction, creating a deterrent effect that extends far beyond the tank's physical capabilities. Logistical support represents perhaps the greatest weakness of the Abrams family. Beyond fuel consumption, the tank requires constant maintenance by specialized technicians using expensive spare parts. The complexity of systems like the fire control computer, thermal sights, and transmission demands the extensive supply chain that can be disrupted by enemy action. During extended operations, mechanical failures can sideline tanks for days or weeks, reducing unit combat effectiveness. Climate has proven to be both friend and foe to the M1A2 SEP V2. The tank's environmental control systems allow it to operate effectively in extreme temperatures, from the freezing winters of Eastern Europe to the scorching heat of Middle Eastern deserts. However, sand and dust can clog air filters and damage sensitive equipment, requiring frequent maintenance. The tank's thermal signature, while manageable in temperate climates, becomes more pronounced in hot environments, potentially making it easier for enemy thermal weapons to detect and engage. Training represents the ultimate force multiplier for the M1A2 SEP V2. American tank crews undergo months of intensive instruction, learning not just how to operate their vehicle, but how to fight effectively as part of combined arms teams. This superior training has consistently given American armor units advantages over technically equivalent or even superior enemy equipment. Well-trained crews can maximize the tank's strengths while minimizing its vulnerabilities through proper tactics and situational awareness. The M1A2 SEP V2 Abrams stands as a testament to American military engineering, combining devastating firepower, exceptional protection, and advanced technology into a single platform. Its combat record speaks to its effectiveness, but its limitations remind us that no weapon system is perfect. Understanding both its capabilities and constraints allows military planners to employ this iron giant most effectively, ensuring that it continues to serve as the backbone of American armored forces for decades to come.